Stop gossip and start learning from them. Episode 16. Hello family. Hello Pre-Squad. Welcome to another episode of the PR Show, and today we are in episode 16 where we will be talking about stop gossip and start learning from them. But before we go there, let me welcome you to the show, and if you are new, I welcome you to the family of love and with love, and in return please subscribe, like and comment, and let's grow together. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Okay, let's get to our topic for the day. Stop gossip and start learning from them. Gossiping is the act of talking about someone behind their back without knowing them first. It's a way to pass time and feel like you know something, but in reality you don't. Nothing good comes out of gossiping. It can often lead to more drama between people and even cause deep emotional scars to those involved. Instead of spreading hurtful rumors, use this time to grow and learn. Everyone has bad days, but they don't have to control your life. Stay away from negative people and people who spread negativity. Start focusing on your own happiness and become a better person. If you can learn from your mistakes, even the ones that you made in the past, then you are really making progress. Stop talking about other people and work on becoming the best version of yourself. How to benefit from forgiveness. Forgiveness is a major part of our lives. Without it, we are doomed to be unhappy and bitter. Without forgiveness, we are constantly left looking over our shoulder for fear of being hurt or attacked by the person we forgave. It can prevent us from moving forward in our lives. By forgiving others, we can let go of all past hurts and move on with our lives. We can focus more on ourselves and our loved ones instead of dwelling on the things other people have done to us. This will allow us to live happier and healthier lives. Learning to forgive is not always easy, but it is well worth the time and effort it takes to do it. Being able to forgive means taking back control of your own life. It doesn't mean you're weak, it means you have the strength to rise above the situation and be a better person because of it. No matter what you've been through, there is always a way to get through it and find peace again. With forgiveness, you can start to heal your soul and bring peace back into your life. It can seem like a difficult task at first, but with time and practice, it can become second nature to you. All you need to do is make the decision to start practicing forgiveness every day, and soon it will become a part of who you are and everything you do. Forgive those who have hurt you and you will be able to move on with your life. Let go of the anger and resentment you feel and you will begin to see a change in yourself. You will also develop stronger relationships with the people you love and be able to enjoy the life you are living once again. There is no harm in forgiving people as long as it is done for the right reasons. If you want to heal from your past, then you must be willing to forgive those who hurt you in order to have a healthy relationship in the future. Give yourself time to work through your feelings of anger before you try to move forward in your life. The three types of forgiveness are exoneration, forbearance, and release. Let's take each in turn. Exoneration is the closest to what we usually think of when we say forgiveness. Exoneration is wiping the slate entirely clean and restoring a relationship to the full state of innocence it had before the harmful actions took place. There are three common situations in which exoneration applies. The first takes place when you realize that the harmful action was a genuine accident for which no fault can be assigned. The second is when the offender is a child or someone else who, for whatever reason, simply didn't understand the hurt they were inflicting, and toward whom you have loving feelings. The third situation occurs when the person who hurt you is truly sorry, takes full responsibility, without excuses, for what they did, asks forgiveness, and gives you confidence that they will not knowingly repeat their bad action in the future. In all such situations, it is essential to accept their apology and offer them the complete forgiveness of exoneration. You'll feel better, and so will the person who hurt you. In fact, not to offer forgiveness in these circumstances would be harmful to your own well-being. It might even suggest that there is something more wrong with you than with the person who caused you pain. Free courses for freeminds.com. The second type of forgiveness I call forbearance. And here things get a little more complicated. Forbearance applies when the offender makes a partial apology or mingles the expression of sorrow with blame that you somehow caused them to behave badly. An apology is offered, but it's not what you had hoped for and may not even be fully authentic. While you should always reflect on whether there was a provocation on your part, even when you bear no responsibility, you should exercise forbearance if the relationship matters to you. Cease dwelling on the particular offense, do away with grudges and fantasies of revenge, but retain a degree of watchfulness. This is similar to forgive but not forget, or trust but verify. By using forbearance, you are able to maintain ties to people who, while far from perfect, are still important to you. Furthermore, in some cases, after a sufficient period of good behavior, forbearance can rise to exoneration and full forgiveness. But what do you do when the person who hurt you doesn't even acknowledge that they've done anything wrong or gives an obviously insincere apology, making no reparations whatsoever? These are the cases of forgiveness that are the most challenging. In my practice, I find this in such examples as adult survivors of child abuse, business people who have been cheated by their partners, or friends or relatives who have betrayed one another. Still, even here there still is a solution. I call it release, the third type of forgiveness. Release does not exonerate the offender. Nor does it require forbearance. It doesn't even demand that you continue the relationship. But it does ask that instead of continuing to define much of your life in terms of the hurt done, you release your bad feelings and your preoccupation with the negative things that have happened to you. Release does something that is critically important. It allows you to let go of the burden, the silent tax that is weighing you down and eating away at your chance for happiness. If you do not release the pain and anger and move past dwelling on old hurts and betrayals, you will be allowing the ones who hurt you to live, rent-free, in your mind, reliving forever the persecution that the original incident started. Whether you get there through your own efforts, through psychotherapy, through religion or some other method, release liberates you from the tyranny of living in the traumatic past, even when the other forms of forgiveness, exoneration and forbearance, are not possible. Exoneration, forbearance, release. To forgive may be divine, but when we understand its dimensions, we find that it is within our ability to do it. Forgiveness is not an easy thing to do, but one must bow down and be the bigger person. Here are 4 types of other types of forgiveness. The 4 types of forgiveness are: cheap forgiveness, refusing to forgive, acceptance, and genuine forgiveness. And we have 7 steps of forgiveness which one can take into consideration. But true forgiveness are these steps. Step 1, acknowledge. Acknowledge the hurt. Step 2, consider. Consider how the hurt and pain has affected you. Step 3, accept. Accept that you cannot change the past. Step 4, determine. Determine whether or not you will forgive. Step 5, repair. Step 6, learn. Step 7, forgive. Turn down invitations to pick others apart. Try changing the subject when a friend wants to have a bad-mouthing session. Ask them, tactfully, to talk about something else, and tell them that you're trying to break yourself of the negative gossip habit. You'll find that many people will actually thank you. While gossip isn't always a bad thing, it can be incredibly harmful not only for you, but also others may be affected. It's good to find ways to limit your own gossip tendencies, as well as not engaging with gossip with other people. See step 1 to get started dealing with gossip, both from yourself and from others. Gossiping is a common human behavior that can be destructive and harmful to both the people involved and the overall atmosphere of a group or community. One way to stop gossiping is to focus on learning from others rather than talking about them behind their back. This can be done by actively listening to others, asking questions, and seeking to understand their perspectives and experiences. Another way is to remind yourself of the negative impact of gossip and the importance of building positive relationships based on mutual respect and trust. One can also try to change the subject when you are in a situation where gossip is happening and try to steer the conversation towards a more positive and productive topic. Additionally, one can try to be more mindful of one's own thoughts and feelings and to avoid engaging in gossip even if one is not the initiator. Additionally, it is important to reflect on the reasons why one might be drawn to gossip in the first place, and try to address any underlying issues that may be contributing to this behavior. It is important to remember that gossiping can cause damage to relationships and can create a toxic environment. It is always better to communicate with the person directly if you have any issues or concerns. Thank you for tuning in again today, and I hope you've learned something just like I did. And remember, forgive and forget and stop with the gossip, but instead focus on learning from them. It's not by accident that you came across this channel, and please subscribe and comment. Thank you and see you in another episode. And if you wanna contact me, use the channels in my description box. Facebook, Princess Princey Malope. Twitter, Malapes2. Instagram @FunSupriai. TikTok @Princey14. Email, priasquadclub@gmail.com. Cell, 0680335844.